Hey there, connoisseurs. It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. Your home for MJ Stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Tuesday, August 6th. Hope you're doing awesome. And in this video, we're going to review Trulieve's recent Q2 2024 earnings that came out this morning. They absolutely crushed earnings estimates. And we'll take a look at the chart. Stock was up over 12% at the close. And there was some big news out with regards to the new VP pick and Ohio today. And we'll look at the chart, what to expect in terms of technicals in the days, weeks, months ahead. But before we get to it, though, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As always, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. Trulieve reported second quarter 2024 results exceeding quarterly guidance, and they absolutely crushed. Biggest number here was 60% gross margin. I can't see that remaining at that high of a level once we see full-blown legalization and price compression. We're already seeing it in California, but it's still a fantastic number nonetheless. But I was reading through Ohio's the first day of launch today. I think there was 98 dispensaries, and Trulieve's going to be a big beneficiary of that market. But there was I think the average per gram was around $7.50 USD, which is insane to think about because here in Canada you can get an ounce for about $40 or $50 USD, and you can buy, that's like probably AAA. You can get quad A quality for somewhere around 100 to 150, which would be $70 to $90 USD, right? So the margins will definitely come down. There's going to be a lot of competition in the US, so just keep that in mind. But this was a fantastic report nonetheless. Definitely, Trulieve in Florida has a huge monopoly there and massive footprint. Second quarter performance of $303 million, so they did beat in terms of analyst estimates. Like I said, $293.66 million was the forecast. They came in at $303.4 million. EPS was forecasted at negative 0.0797, came in at negative 0.06, so still missed and still hit a slight loss. If we take a look at Moomoo here, why is that not coming up? Some news flashing. There we go. So their EBITDA, it was forecasted at $46.413 million. They came in at $60.60 million. So huge beat. Revenue, like I said, $293.283, came in at $303.4. EPS, negative 0.094, came in at negative 0.06. So absolute crushed in terms of analyst estimates. I just posted a video yesterday as well on Green Thumb. It's very reminiscent of that. But Green Thumb had positive EPS and continues to be one of the leaders in that space. But still a very impressive report nonetheless. They also launched adult use sales in Ohio today at 3 locations. Major milestones include opening the 200th retail location and 8-year anniversary of their first sale. And then we'll just go through some of the highlights here. Their cash at the end of the quarter was $356 million, inclusive of an additional $2 million in tax refunds received during the second quarter from amended returns related to our tax challenge of 280E. They acquired 2 dispensaries in Beaver Creek and Columbus, Ohio, and ended the quarter with 32% of retail locations outside of the state of Florida. And then currently operate 206 retail dispensaries and over 4 million square feet of cultivation and processing capability and capacity in the U.S. So we'll go through all of the numbers. Most people, I joined the conference call, I was on it for a little bit today. I didn't catch the whole thing, but there wasn't a whole lot to report from the call from what I gathered. But overall, she's very confident in rescheduling, so that was one thing notable from the call. But those were the highlights, and we'll jump into some other news here. So we had some big news today. Harris picked the VP today, and that's going to be Tim Walz, which is a pro-MJ Democratic ticket. So this is the first time in history that's ever happened. I know what a lot of people are probably thinking. It's like, well, the Dems have been in control in the White House, and they have the Senate, and they haven't even been able to get banking done or rescheduling, let alone full-blown legalization. But at the end of the day, they did initiate rescheduling. That did happen under the Dems, and I'm not trying to be political. I'm from Canada. I could care less. I just want what's best for MJ. But this time is definitely different, and they're gonna have their work cut out for them. So they're going to be able to use MJ. And to quote Boris Jordan from Curaleaf, they're probably going to wait to as close to the election as possible. But I do think that rescheduling is going to be imminent. I do think that it could very likely pass before the election. Like I said, I would agree. If they don't do it before the election, it's the political death sentence. So in my opinion, that alone is enough of a motivation to get it done. So Ohio welcomes recreational MJ sales with excitement and celebration. So I believe they said 98 dispensaries were operational today. But like I said, that price, the same thing happened in Canada. They were charging exorbitant prices and it just didn't last. And then we had price compression and tons of consolidation. And look at the U.S. and California, the operators there are really struggling, and it's because of price compression and saturation. And there's going to be fierce competition in the U.S., right? Especially when 280E goes away, that barrier of entry. There's going to be tons just in their own backyard, and then LPs are becoming MSOs already. Look at Canopy, look at SNDL and Sunstream, and LPs. Not only are they going to become MSOs are becoming LPs, right? So there's the U.S. Everybody's going to be fighting for that market, right? But Trulieve definitely, with Florida adult use sales coming up, the vote in November, I think there's a good chance that could pass. This stock could absolutely skyrocket into the end of the year, especially if rescheduling happens. We get, uplisting, we get banking and a potential lame duck session. Germany looking to fast track Pillar 2, improvements to excise taxes in Canada. There's so many things to look forward to into the end of the year. And if we take a look at the daily time frame here on TCNNF, OTC, all these numbers are in USD, obviously, on the OTC, but they closed the day up just under 12.5%. So a great day, to say the least. If we look over the last couple of weeks, we were down about 30%, and we did have a daily bear flag from the high to the low here, lower high, and it was just a very weak bounce, and we took our measured move, and we were targeting about 765, and we hit 804 with the weakness in the broader market yesterday, which translated to weakness in the sector. So we came within roughly 4.6% of that, and this was a huge bear trap up here, bull trap. We got above it, but ultimately failed to get above it. So that was, again, a huge red flag there when we were unable to get above that, and then we came, like I said, very close to hitting that target, and daily oversold as well. But nice bounce there off of the low of yesterday. Off of the low of yesterday to the high of the day today, we were up over 22%. So congrats to the bulls that bought the dip there. But if we take a look at the monthly time frame, we are just looking for this monthly high or low. We did confirm a monthly downtrend with a lower high, lower low, but we didn't see much follow through. So this could be a bear trap. But one thing I'm a little concerned about, we could see a bull cross here on the MACD, and we already had one on the stochastic, and we're set to close over the 10-week moving average, so that's good, and it's all good and great. But one thing I just wanted to highlight here is that we do have a death cross that's looming. The 50-day is very close to crossing the 200-day, and when the 50 days above the 200-day and they cross, that's not good. That's called a death cross, right? We had the golden cross with the shorter term, the 50 below the 200-day. When it crossed, that's a golden cross. That is very positive, and price skyrocketed. Now we're seeing the flip side of that. So what could potentially happen is we could potentially see more weakness in the S&P 500. We could drop to 500 or maybe 490, 480 on SPY, and I think that would be the most likely scenario. If we do continue to drop and we go back down into the $7 area here on TCNNF, then it would more than likely be coupled with broader market weakness, I would anticipate. So, but leading into October into the fall, typically great months for the stock market, and leading ahead of the elections, I think we could see a little bit more turbulence sideways to potential one more leg down in the broader market. And then, like I said, I think we'll recover into October and into the elections. And then we should start to see, more than likely at the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, a bear market in the broader market, but not the end of the world. Like MJ will probably go down if SPY continues to drop, right? Look what happened yesterday. But at the end of the day, I think MJ will recover quickly and could become the best performing sector over the next couple of years. So look what happened in crypto in 2017 and 2018. It entered a blow off top moment in the bull market, entered a bear market, and then MJ went on to be a big beneficiary of that and went into a bull market. So I think something similar could happen this time around as we look to U.S. reform. But going into there, let me know what you think of these earnings in the comment section below. It's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. Have a great one, and we'll see you on the next one.